Man-made disaster, Toastmaster Himanshu Awasthi.
The probability of me having a quality time on a weekend is 99.99% when I am with my girlfriend. But this would probably hover down to 3% when I am with the wife, and then to 0.03% when I am with my wife. Good evening, guests, fellow Toastmasters, contest chair. Allow me tonight to take you on a journey that will guide you as to have a life and survive married life, man's biggest mate disaster. Now, when my huckleberry friend Robert found out that his mother-in-law has passed away, he wanted to bury her in the holy city of Jerusalem. Now, while many of you would appreciate the idea, I find it rather risky, and here is my analogy. A. Some 2000 years ago, they buried a man there in that holy soil, and 3 days later, he came out walking. Now, keep in mind the fact that the person being buried is your mother-in-law, and the adage that history repeats itself. The idea of doing that is probably risky. I'm not too sure whether you would like to do it. What I'm equally sure of is that daughter-in-laws want their in-laws' place to become a heaven, consequentially making them heaven abode. Okay, how many bachelor boys here? Can I have a say of hands? Great. Enjoy your freedom. Your achhe din are about to get over. But on a very serious note, avoid asking married men highly sensitive questions like, how are you? How do you do? Or the worst of the lot, how's life, mate? Why? Why? Because a married man is supposed to live in a concentration camp. Don't believe me? Sample this. How do you enjoy that late night Lionel Messi goal? With a yell! I enjoy it with a... Why? Simply because Frankenstein's monster is sleeping in the next room. And it's not a good idea to wake her up if you want to watch that match, or for that matter, any match, without disturbances. Because last time I remember making this fatal mistake of yelling, it was Italy versus England, and Mario Balotelli had just scored. And no sooner did I yell, I realized what Newton meant by every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Because out came the monster, my wife, and said, I was sleeping, honey. You broke my sleep. And I was like, sorry, baby. Balotelli just scored. And she was like, what? You broke my sleep? And you mean Balotelli scored? That's more important for you? I can't believe this. And I was like, baby, Italy against England, 1 in 4 years, don't disturb me now. And she was like, that's all that matters to you. My emotions, my feelings, they don't care for you. You don't care for me and your household mate, that's what you think it for. I immediately switched off the TV because it's not a good idea when your wife is howling to keep the TV on. Not done. But trust me, I was then and there only emotionally crucified. But it doesn't end there, because then my wife has this big arsenal that says, I'll leave you one day. This insensitive nature of yours can't be painful for you. And I'm in my mind thinking, God, during the World Cup month, please let her do it. Please let her do it. But that utopia never arrives. What arrives instead is the call of my mother-in-law. Honey, baby, it's not your fault, baby. It's his fault. Make him suffer. Double his misery. Book my tickets. And then her arrival. Concentration camp? Indeed. Well, it would be wrong on my part if I paint one side of the picture. Of course, there's a positive side. And marriage teaches a man to new roles. For example, he appreciates the fact that at times he can be treated like a dustbin, to at times becoming a dignified gorilla, helping her in the household chores. An errand that never seems to end. What say, sir? And then of course comes the fun part, which according to Paulo Coelho can be over in exactly 11 minutes. Timer, fancy flashing your cards then? I'm not too sure. Of course, you can do it if you can avoid the big wall of reasons. The most ubiquitous of it is being, married man, back me if I'm right, honey, I'm having a headache. And I'm wondering, where is this headache of yours when you're out there on the shopping spree, leaving me with these umpteen number of unpaid bills and burning quite literally a hole in my pocket? It never comes there. Why? Where? How? Where is this mysterious ghost of headache? But who to ask? Or to a very latest that my wife gave me last weekend. Sorry honey, it's time for the gynae tomorrow. Now I'm a logical guy, and for any given problem, I'll look for alternative solutions. After all, haven't we all read that where there is a will, there is a way? So I offered my wife, honey, you're going to the gynae, not to the dentist. Bam! Not only did I become an owner of a broken nose, I also mastered a new role in my life, being treated like a punching bag. That's me. Well, but if my wife says no, she means it. And apart from the fact, I cannot do much but view that a certain Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar has scored more international hundreds than what my score is 2 years into winning. Finally, ladies, to sum it up, the way to a man's heart goes through his stomach. So making him pray every night before dinner not to make this his last meal is not a good idea. And B, avoid saying 2 words to your man, a no or a don't, and stop until you use them together. What say, Honest Chef?